Our meditation, if you're interested in participating, is on the subject of justice and peace. We were just talking in the Sangha about how necessary boundaries are. Justice and peace are very much related, so if you're interested in having a meditation on that sort of thing, stay for a little while. First, find a position that works best for you. We had cracked open Patanjali's Yoga Sutras today and happened to stumble upon the definition that Patanjali gives for a proper meditation posture. He says that's one which is sturdy, steady, but comfortable. There is a sense of being like a mountain, but not one that's so rigid that you get sore. Whatever that means for you, that is your meditation asana. We begin, as always, by directing our attention to the breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling naturally. Repeat this process, and with each repetition, make your inhales and exhales deeper, more refined, natural. Many people you may relate with find challenges in balancing spiritual non-attachment with worldly commitment, duties, and engagement. One may get the impression on the spiritual path, perhaps, that you should be completely open to everything and non-attached and just let everything happen, free-flowing, be a silent, disengaged witness from life. There is truth to that at a metaphorical level of withdrawing your sense of self into the spirit soul conscious awareness. But when it comes to the world, we still absolutely have a duty. We have a duty to protect our body, our mental health. We also have a duty to attend to the suffering of others, and we shan't just stand idly, unaffected by the suffering. Even an enlightened being knows how to set proper boundaries where they need to be. Not because the eternal soul needs them, but because it's a duty, a responsibility. Boundaries, as we were talking about, are not punishments for the other person. They help ensure that the relationship is healthy. They keep the attention and energy flowing where they need to be, and not get caught up in anything extraneous, unnecessary, or harmful. Even if you are feeling spiritually uplifted and have reached a state of contentment and bliss, that it truly wouldn't affect you what someone else does. We are not only responsible for our own peace, but for others. And for them, we have to show them what it's like to be a role model. Set boundaries where they need to be. Show them that they're allowed to say no when necessary, and have consequences for that. Consequences never to harm, but only to withdraw from your role in that dynamic. I will continue after another redirection back on our breath. Many of these words may have opened up various feelings for you. Let's take a moment to breathe into them. Allow them to transform, alchemize. Your center. In many protests around the world, there is a famous chant. It is like a mantra. No justice, no peace. Very, very powerful. We may meditate on that equality, the interdependence of these two things, that you cannot have one without the other, that a path to peace must necessarily be one that upholds justice, and simultaneously, true justice is always one that allows for peace. For instance, on the contrary, suppose the existence of peace without justice. Is it truly peace if we're hiding something? If things are being swept under the rug, people's sufferings are being dismissed? Clearly, in such a situation, there is a lack of peace there. Such is a contradiction. Likewise, any sort of attempt at equality or equity that does not hold room for peace, especially inner peace, is going to have a very challenging time at being a successful movement, because then what is one really fighting for? All this is to say, we have to balance these two things. We mustn't let our peace take away from our pursuit of justice, and we mustn't let our pursuit of justice take away from our peace. Let us take another moment to reflect on these things in silence with our breath, leading the charge. When we think about peace, it often comes in two forms. There's worldly peace, and then there's internal, spiritual peace. Something we have to come to terms with is the fact that the external world will never be completely peaceful because it's not its nature. However, our inner nature is already peaceful. If that's difficult to feel, it's probably because we've dragged in parts of the lack of peace in the world inside, like having dirty shoes and walking on a clean floor on the inside of the house. The dirt doesn't come from inside. It came from the external. It is the purpose of the world to provide us with places to bring our internal peace outward, to share. That means that we have to make room for the eternal conflict that will be in a society, in a civilization, in this world, but not give up on what we can do anyway to make it more peaceful. Our responsibility is not to make the whole world peaceful, because such would mean that there's nothing higher to achieve. There would be no challenges, no more lessons. And in this world, there's always going to be another difficulty to attend to. That's how we accelerate, ascend, evolve, is coming into challenges. What we have to do is cultivate our inner peace, so that we begin to radiate that into the world and make a difference how and where and when we can. If we think that the world has to become peaceful before we are, then we've put the cart before the bull. It is not the world's responsibility to make us peaceful. It's our responsibility to make the world peaceful. That means the peace comes from us. So if we're not peaceful, then of course the world's not going to be either. When there is a lack of peace, where is that peace going to come from? It has to come from somewhere. That comes from within. We may come into this world with nothing physically, Not even a body that we have to get from Mother Nature, but even that we return. All material experiences, they come and go. So it seems clear to me that this world is not for us to get anything from. We have nothing to achieve from the world, nothing to get, only to give. We come with love, we come with ideas, we come with help to offer. We come with an order to maintain. We come with a unique perspective to give. People to help, assist, projects to attend to. The relationship is in such a way that the only thing we get from the world is the space to put something that already exists within us, like our love, like our visions, like our dreams. All of that comes from within. Breathe. The world provides us with opportunities for seva, selfless service. But there is no such thing as my life as different from your life. There is only life, and that is what we share. The idea of reincarnation is not that you can do anything you want because there's always next time. It's that if you don't leave the world in a better place than when you found it, then you have to come back into your own consequence for not doing so. Why is it important that we make the world a better place? So that we create a heaven on earth in our afterlife. It's up to us whether we create an eternal hell or an eternal heaven here. The world doesn't decide for us, that's our duty. And everything we need is within. And you just have to believe in yourself. When even one person suffers, the whole world suffers. Because one cannot truly live in good conscience, even if you are happy, if another person is not, based on something you could be doing to help out. True happiness only lay in the pursuit of everyone's happiness. True justice doesn't mean that we punish. Not at all. It means that we uplift. that we bring out the goodness within everyone, including the goodness that oppressors are suppressing. How ironic. True justice is an ushering that peace into everyone's heart, especially those who, due to a lack of peace within their heart, seek to dismantle the peace of others. Hurt people, but loved people love people. Deep breathing. We'll end with the peace mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It is said thrice. One for the peace in us, one for the peace in our environment, and one for the peace in the forces that act on us. Another time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And one last time for a trio of trios of peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for meditating with me. Namaste.